the world.
Tú dijiste que yo tenía que pensar por los dos y después de hacerlo he llegado a la conclusión de que debes irte con Víctor, que es a quien
Pero
perteneces.
Richard, no.
Lo más probable es que los dos acabáramos en un campo de concentración, ¿no es así, Louis?
Me temo que Strasser insistiese en ello.
Pero ¿y nosotros?
Siempre nos quedará París.
Te dije que no volvería a dejarte.
A donde voy no puedes seguirme. Lo que he de hacer no puedes compartirlo. Algún día lo comprenderás. Te deseo suerte.
The magnificent scene that you have just enjoyed belongs to the movie Casablanca, starring Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart. This movie was released by Warner Brothers in 1942, and the preceding phrase belongs to Ingrid Bergman as one of her many legacies. Ironically, it was used by the actress to challenge her well-known shyness. Ingrid Bergman was born in Stockholm on August 29, 1915. She was only equaled by Meryl Streep and surpassed by Katharine Hepburn with 4 Academy Awards. Ingrid also won 5 Golden Globes, as well as a Tony Award for Best Actress. Considered one of the myths of the seventh art, she was also awarded the American Film Institute Award, and is the 4th most important star in the history of cinema. She was the daughter of Justus Samuel Bergman, a small Swedish photography businessman, and his wife, Friedel Henriette Auguste Louise Bergman. Her mother was born in the city of Hamburg, Germany. She lost her mother when she was 3 years old, and her father Justus died 11 years later.
His childhood was spent in his paternal home, then with one of his father's sisters, who died 6 months later, and finally with another paternal uncle, Otto Bergman. She took her first steps in cinema as an extra, but her real passion was theatrical work. Her first opportunity to work in theatre was given by Greta Danielsson, an old friend of her father, who offered her a role as an extra. In 1933 she was chosen from hundreds of applicants to study at the Royal Dramatic Theatre School, where Greta Garbo also studied. Her father, before he died, made sure that his daughter had enough money to become an actress. When Ingrid told her uncle Otto that she wanted to be an actress, he objected, because at that time being an actress was frowned upon. He thought that since she had good grades in high school, she didn't need to be an actress. Ingrid insisted, but her uncle promised her that if when she auditioned, she was not chosen, she would not try again. In 1939, and after starring in a dozen films in Sweden, Ingrid moved to the United States to star in the new version of Intermezzo. In 1942 she starred with Humphrey Bogart in Michael Curtiz's film Casablanca. Casablanca was released in 1943, where she was nominated for the first time to the Oscar Awards for her brilliant work in the film. Her work was also appreciated with the Oscar nomination of the film For Whom the Bell Tolls, although she did not win. However, Ingrid was satisfied with her work in this film and declared in front of the actress Jennifer Jones, winner of the award, "Your Bernadette is better than my Maria." The following year, she finally won the Oscar for the movie Gaslight. In 1945, she received her third consecutive Oscar nomination, this time for the movie The Bells of St. Mary. Ingrid would receive her fourth Oscar nomination for her performance in the film Joan of Arc. In 1949, Ingrid decided to write a letter to the Italian director Roberto Rossellini. In the letter, Ingrid expresses to Rossellini the desire to work on one of his films. When Rossellini receives the letter, he decides to travel to the United States to meet Ingrid and her husband Peter. In 1949, Ingrid travels to Italy with $300 thinking that she would return in a few months to participate in the film Stromboli, under the direction of Rossellini. It was during this filming that the romance between the actress and the director begins, leaving Ingrid pregnant. Their son Roberto Ingmar Rossellini was born on February 2, 1950, which caused an overwhelming scandal in the United States. The head of production at Hollywood Studios asked Ingrid to deny rumors that she was going to get divorced from her first husband Peter and leave her daughter to marry Rossellini. She was criticized by the Lutheran Church in Sweden and priests of the Catholic Church, especially in the United States. She received letters from various quarters demanding that she be burned alive, not as Joan of Arc, but as a witch. The scandal was of such magnitude that the actress was declared persona non grata in US territory. All these events made the actress take refuge in Italy, leaving her first daughter and her first husband in the United States. After obtaining a divorce from Peter and after the birth of their son, Ingrid and Rossellini were married on May 24, 1950. In addition to her son, Ingrid had twin daughters with the Italian director, Isabella and Isota. Ingrid and Rossellini finally separated in 1957. By this time she had worked on 5 films directed by her husband. Europe 51, Giacomo Doni, Viaggio in Italia, Giovanna di Arco al Rogo, and La Peur. At the time, these films represented public and critical failure, although later they were re-evaluated by the specialized press, especially by European critics and the creators of the French novel vague movement. The failures of her joint work with Rossellini led the marriage to an artistic and financial crisis. In 1956, Rossellini allowed her to work under the orders of the French director Jean Renoir in the film Enema et les Hommes. In this year she starred in England the movie Anastasia, for which she would win his second Oscar. This time it was received on her behalf by her great friend Cary Grant.
You know you weren't.
You weren't, and why you were not? Questions like that can only be answered by lies. Let me go.
Stop it.
Let me
Stop
go.
it!
No. No. Please. Please don't. Don't.
Look at her hand.
What?
Go on, look.
Well, he wants us to look, all right? Come. Now, come under the light. Sit down. Open your hands.
I told you there were surprising features. On the palm of each hand, a scar.
As from bullets.
Now look at her head, above the left temple. A narrow depression extending almost to the forehead.
Just as we were told.
Where did you get those scars?
A gift from an unknown admirer.
Where?
I don't remember.
Wounds like that and you don't remember? Who are you?
She added to her success on the theatre with the staging of the play Tea and Sympathy of Robert Anderson during the 1956 to 1957 season in Paris. In 1959 she returned to Hollywood to present the Oscar of the 31st Academy Awards. In the audience, the public received her with a standing ovation. On the 23rd of December 1958 she married Swedish theatre producer Lars Schmid. From then on, she began to alternate her participation in films between the United States and Europe. It was at this stage where she also participated in special television programs and plays. Also highlights in this period her performance in the film The Turn of the Screw. Ingrid receives her first Emmy Award with her participation in the film Hedda Gabler in 1962. The Visit in 1964. Simulantia episode called The Collar at the end of 1964. The Human Voice in 1966. Cactus Flower in 1969. A Matter of Time in 1976. Film also titled Mina, with Liza Minnelli, directed by Vicente Minnelli, in which her own daughter Isabella Rossellini acted in her film debut, and was made up by her twin sister Ingrid Risotta Rossellini. Autumn Sonata in 1978, directed by Ingrid Bergman. In 1974, the actress received her third Oscar, this time as a supporting actress in the film Murder on the Orient Express. According to the list prepared by the American Film Institute, Ingrid Bergman is the fourth most important actress in the history of cinema, preceded by Katharine Hepburn, Bette Davis and Audrey Hepburn. On the other hand, since the actress handled to perfection the Swedish, English, German and French languages, she was able to participate in many of these countries' films of the language in question and win other awards. Bergman has also been considered the second most Oscar winner in the history of cinema, with 3 awards, 2 as Best Actress and 1 as Best Supporting Actress, being the 5th actress with the most Oscar nominations with 7 nominations, of which she won 3 times. Ingrid worked on 3 films with Alfred Hitchcock, with whom she had a very good communication. The films were Oslo-Guyona in 1946, then Notorious with Cary Grant and Spellbound with Gregory Pegg.
Your brow.
After dinner.
No, now. Look, I'll make it easy for you. The time has come when you must tell me that you have a wife and 2 adorable children, and this madness between us can't go on any longer.
I bet you've heard that line often enough.
Right below the belt every time. Well, that isn't fair, Dad.
Skip it. We have other things to talk about. We've got a job.
Oh, so there is a job.
You remember a man named Sebastian?
Alex Sebastian?
Yes.
One of my father's friends, yes.
He had quite a crush on you.
I wasn't very responsive.
Here, drink up. We'll never finish the other 3.
The Germans will be here pretty soon now. and they'll come looking for you. And don't forget, there's a price on your head.
And I left a note in my apartment. They'll know where to find me. Hey. Hey, what's wrong, kid?
I love you so much. And I hate this war so much. Oh, it's a crazy world. Anything can happen. If you shouldn't get away. I mean, if something should keep us apart, wherever they put you and wherever I'll be, I want you to know that. Kiss me. Kiss me as if it were the last time. Is that cannon fire? Or is it my heart pounding?
It's the new German 77.
Ingrid Bergman died in London on August 28, 1982.